Hope you enjoyed some 90s pop music while I get ready. My name is Rachel Vaughn. I am the Market Center Tech Trainer and Agent Services for KW Capital Partners in Worthington, Ohio. And then I'm the Market Center Tech Trainer for KW Excel in Westerville, Ohio as well. I like to tell everybody that starting out, Command works best in Google Chrome. Not saying it won't work in Safari or Microsoft Edge or Firefox, but it works best in Google Chrome. You'll see the least amount of errors or anything like that there. So I'll go ahead and share my screen and we'll get started. If you have any questions along the way, just let me know. Shout them out, interrupt me. I don't have any problem at all. Today we're going to go over referrals, which is my favorite app in Command. I feel like it's the most underutilized or kind of underdog of the applications, but yeah. So you're going to log in as you always do with your username and password. And once you get logged in, over here on the left-hand side are all your applications. If you click on the KW, it will expand them so you can get a good feeling for them if you're newer. And Referrals is the applet that we're going to focus on today. It's got the little guy and the almost like the map drop that you see on most maps anymore. So I'm going to go ahead and click on that. The reason I like this application so much is because it gives you so much opportunity for business building. If you're interested in growing a referral network to the point that maybe one day you won't even have to do little to no work, that you can just work based solely off referrals. So the cold calling, the, all of the lead generation that you had been doing so many years, if you build this network, you may not have to do it or at all or as often just to keep the people that you have, but when you build this network, you don't have to find new people, essentially. We do have agents here at Keller Williams Capital Partners that run solely on referrals alone, so they don't have to go find new clients. They have literally clients handed to them just because they've built relationships with other people for so long that they're essentially handed clients. So when you click on the referral application, this is your dashboard. It will show you any pending invites, referrals, received, or sent. And then when you can add people to your referral network. So as you grow, you can invite them to be in your referral network. That way it's easy for you to send referrals. You can search for people if you have a bunch. You can track your referrals. You can grow your network, which will take you to the map. And then you can also filter by first or last name down here. And then you can, if you mark them as your favorite, you can filter by just looking at favorites. If you come over here to the little caret, it will give you a little more detailed overview. Amanda Jump, she is another Market Center Tech Trainer for the Ohio Valley region. All of her info is there. Any notes that we want to send back and forth, we can. And her agent stats if she was an agent. So same with Joshua Bowman, who's our regional tech director. Just all of his info is there, stats, referral statistics, that is coming soon. And then you can always remove them if you don't want them there anymore. So when you have a new referral, you can come up here to the top and click new referral. You can find an agent, or if they're in your referral network, you can do select agent and then type in their name. And as you type, it will pull them up. You choose buyer, seller, tenant, or landlord, whichever who you're sending them to is. And then you would set the referral fee percentage. Usually from the agents that I've heard from, it's anywhere from 25 to 30 is kind of standard, but why not aim high, and the worst they can say is no. Then the next one is you would put the acceptance deadline. So this is the time frame you're giving them to accept this referral. So you can go anywhere from 1 hour all the way up to 96 hours. I feel like 24 hours is a safe amount of time, because you should be having a conversation with this agent first anyway, so they should know that it's coming. If for any reason though you feel like more time or less time is needed, that's fine, that's up to you. You can put in the price, minimum and maximum that they're looking either to sell or buy. This is not required information, so that's optional. You can write notes in here, write messages to them. This is going to go to the agent. And then as you scroll down, you are going to put the client information in here. So you can either choose from your database, or you can click create new contact, and you will just put their information in here, and then it will also create a contact in your contacts for you. So if you choose select from database, if you click client info and just start typing their name, it's going to pull them up. You just click on it, and then there's all their information will go ahead and autofill for you. You choose if they're pre-approved or pre-qualified. Again, that is optional. You don't have to if they're not. And then client's desired location. Where do they want to be? Where do they want to live? If it's a seller, obviously it's going to be the town that they live in, or city that they live in. If it's going to be a buyer, then that's obviously going to be where they want to be. So we'll say WACO, Texas, because it's cold in Ohio right now. And then again, that information will auto-populate down here for you. And then the transaction timeline, just when do they project to be closed by. So we'll say end of May, because that doesn't happen overnight. And then you just click send. And then your referral has sent to them. Any questions on how to send that referral?
Yeah, so this is just for agents then, not for like kind of an outside vendor referral system then?
Yeah, so you can, within Command, it's only referrals to other KW agents. So you can send it to any KW agent in this North America area, but you can't send to anybody outside of KW. Yeah. So as you kind of move over, if you click on the My Referrals, this kind of gives you a little bit of a different layout of your current referrals. So these are sent referrals. Here's my time frame. This is how much time Amanda has left to accept my referral. And then you can change this from newest, oldest, price range, high to low and low to high. So we can, if we switch to oldest, that's all I have in there, just because I don't do this because I'm not an agent, but that's okay. And then the same with received, any received would show up there as well. And then, so this is under pending, so active referrals. These are my active referrals. So sent, this one was sent. And then once they accept them, it will automatically opt for them to create an opportunity. So if you get sent a referral in Command and you accept it, it will automatically pop up the opportunity box where you put in whether it's a buyer or seller and all of that information. So it'll automatically prompt you to make an opportunity, and then they'll be able to see the pipeline phase of that opportunity where it's at as you move it along your pipeline. You'll be able to see all the client information over here on the side. Same with any received. They'll be able to see that. The client info, all of that will show up as well.
So I have a question. So what does that price range mean?
So this is the price range of what the client is willing to spend to buy a house. It is optional. So if they're a seller, you don't have to put anything in there unless you want to put like the minimum price of what they want to start at.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. For example, in the Joshua Boatman case. It says
Mhm.
100K to 150K. So, so does that mean, I mean, if there's a house for 80K, he wouldn't be interested?
I feel like that would be more of a conversation you would have with the client. But this is just kind of to give you an idea of what they're looking at. Obviously, once you get the referral, you're going to call the client to start that relationship.
Yeah.
But this is just to give you kind of an overview of what their price range is.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, because as you see, Mr. Marshall Mathers is 10 million to 100 million. So obviously that's a huge
Yeah.
price range, but you would call them, you would talk to them, you would establish that relationship and get an idea for exactly what they want. But this is just kind of to give you the essentials to get you started with that referral.
Okay.
Yeah. And then funded referrals, if you hover over them, it'll tell you kind of what each one means. So the pending are the ones that you are awaiting response. Active are the ones that you are working on today, meaning you're actively meeting with them, working with them, so on. Funded referrals that are connected to a closed opportunity, meaning you have went through the whole transaction and you have closed. Lost are that are connected to a lost opportunity. So if for some reason the client decides no longer to work with you or no longer to buy or sell, and it is marked as a lost opportunity, that would show there. Expired. So any referrals that you do not accept in the time frame of which the person has sent to you will show up here. So if I look in here, I have one that is expired. I don't know which one it is. But those are just the ones that didn't make the time frame. Rejected, any that you chose to reject, and then all of your referrals in and out. So if you click on the three dots on the side, you can view the activity log. So once that opportunities created and stuff like that is moved in, let me see if some older ones. So this is the expired one. It shows you when it expired. So view activity log. So shows on March 12th, referral created by Rachel Vaughn requesting a 30% fee for the client with a budget of this and the time frame of this. And then Joshua Bowen accepted the referral, and then he sent me 2 updates that day, and then it shows that an opportunity was created. So you can kind of track how things are rolling with that opportunity through this as well. And that would, and that would show up here. And then you can also click send update to write them a message about how this referral is going, anything that you feel like the agent needs to know about that client or how your transaction is going. There are filter options if you want to filter by any client types, referral types, or any details of that information. Referral fee amount, and then price range down here. If you want to filter out by any certain things, you can. And then there is the option to track a referral. So you're going to enter the agent name, the type. This is kind of similar to the new referral. So that gives you the option to track those. The next application right here within the referral app is the map. This is my favorite part of the referrals. So to my knowledge, I don't know if any other brokerage or real estate company provides this. So you have access, like I said, to just about every Keller Williams agent in North America. And you can filter this by production, by the market center, your network, And then the last one's referral patterns. So I'm going to do this first by production. So I tell everybody when I'm training, don't let your service area be the only place that you can do business. Everyone knows somebody who is outside of your service area. So I live in Central Ohio. I know people in New York. I know people in Arizona. I know people in Texas. I know people all over the United States. So if I was an agent, I would want to keep an eye on the people, my family, my friends that are out of my service area, and still keep in touch with them just to let them know, hey, I can help you find a great agent in your area and take all the work out for them. So you're doing them a favor by finding someone doing their dirty work for them. So I have family in Waco, Texas. So I'm going to choose Waco. This is my mother-in-law's mother-in-law, essentially. So we're going to say my grandma just for ease of mind. So she's ready to sell her house and move into a smaller area. So I'm going to zoom in a little bit on Waco. As you can see, all these little numbers and dots, these are all available listings in the area. However, if you click on, oh, I'm sure everybody knows that name. Sorry, I didn't mean to do that. So if I click on Ben Kinney, you can see all of his information. As you scroll in, this is looking at higher producing agents. So this is filtered by production right now. So the higher the producing agent, the more, the higher they're going to be. So he's closed 5 units in this area this month. The total number of closed units he's had, listings sold, buy side, sales volume in the last 12 months, and then average deal size. So you know Ben Kinney is a very well-seasoned agent. He has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 teams total, obviously all in different areas. So this gives you an overview of what this agent about, how their production is. If you click on their name, it will take you to their profile. So here is all his production. Again, be mindful that not every agent will have their units on here. He doesn't have a bio, but he has been with KW for 16 years. So you know that he knows in and out KW and its fashions and its, its models and systems. So you know that he's going to do it right. And then you can see all of his roles. So he's a team leader, he's a rainmaker, he's a market center site admin, lead associate, KW agent, and market center manager. If you don't know who Ben Kinney is, you probably should, because he's good and he is a big thing on profit share. So check him out. But anyway, you have his email address, you have his phone number, his mobile phone, you have links to all of his social media had you not ever heard of him, and then it kind of gives you an overview of his service areas. So if you feel comfortable, you get a good vibe off of them, you can give them a call, get to know them a little bit better before you go and sending your client's information to them. But if you feel that's a good candidate for, would be a good fit for your family member or anyone like that, then absolutely, there you go. You have a referral, you send it to them, and then you get part of their commission as in return of sending. So if you click on these dots, it will tell you who the listing agent is. I'm trying to find one that has multiple. So if you click on one and they have multiple listings in that area, it'll pop up. I'm trying to see. Okay, so if you see here, there's a red dot, there's a red dot, there's there and there. So if you click on that, that shows you, so Kirk region. So he is the listing agent for all of the properties that are on this red, or all of the red dots that are on this map. So this tells me that Kirk knows this area very well because he has a lot of these listings. So you can again go to his profile by clicking on his name and kind of get a feel for him. Now these, I'll be honest, most people's profiles are not as good as they need them to be or should be. But I feel like based on just looking at his stuff in the map and seeing how much of that area he covers, it's probably safe to say that he knows the area well and would be a good fit for that. So I would call him, say, hey, I have a client, and you don't have to disclose any information. You can keep it as quiet as and as reserved as possible. Just say, hey, I have a client in the area who's looking to sell their home to downsize. Is this something you'd be interested in? I see, you know, and kind of interview them essentially, just to make sure that they're going to be who you think they should be. And you do run that risk of not knowing 100%, but I'm going to guess if he's got most of this region that he's going to be a safe bet. So you like Kirk passes all your tests, you're going to click on this little guy here, or you can do new referral. It's the same thing, and it's already got him there. You're going to choose seller. You guys verbally agreed on 30. And then you're going to set the deadline as 24 hours. I'm not going to put a price minimum or maximum in there because, again, it's optional. You're going to fill it out, and then you're going to put your client information in. But the good thing about this is that when you send the referral, they cannot see your client's information until they accept it. So that way they can't kind of poach people from you, essentially. So everything is kept confidential until they accept it. That way you're not just giving your client's information out to anybody in the world. Any questions on the map or anything around that?
I have a question. So when we do the referral, so does the people being referred, the client, does the client have to be, I mean, our client, or just like a random lead?
It can be anyone. It doesn't have to, you don't have to have established a relationship. Obviously you want to have some sort of conversation with the person that you're the client or person that you're sending to another agent, just because you don't want to be giving out people's information without them knowing. But yeah, if you wanted to play that game of marketing and campaigns to other areas outside of your service area and say, hey, I can help you find a client, or I mean an agent, then be my guest. I mean, that's just another way to build your business. So it can be anybody, as long as you have their contact information and they're okay with you referring them to another agent, then gosh, that's up to you. And then
Okay, I see.
Yeah. So
Cool.
yeah. So there is a broadcast referral up here that you can broadcast it to all of these agents at once. I don't recommend that, just because I don't feel like that is the way you would want to handle if you have a client, or, you know, I feel like that just could put a bad taste in their mouth. So it is there if you want to do it that way, and is the first agent to accept it is the one that would get the client. But again, I feel like for something like this and the way that Keller Williams standards are, that's a little too hands off for the way we would handle it. So if you want to not worry about production, you can again filter by market center. So in Waco, Texas, it's going to just show you the market center, and then you'll have access to, I'll zoom out just so you can see more, but these are all the Keller Williams market centers. So as you scroll back in, so with the Waco Market Center, there's over 1,000 agents there, so you can filter through them that way. So if you're looking for a newer agent to give them a break and kind of help build their business, then this would be the way you want to do it, just because previously we were filtering by production. Obviously, the higher the producer, the more relevant they're going to be on that list, but the Market Center gives you fair game across the board, everybody that's there. And then if you do My Network, it's going to show you just the people that you have assigned to your network. I don't have anybody in that area. That's why there's nothing there. And then the referral patterns. So this referral patterns shows you where people are moving to from Worthington, Ohio, which you can change this to anybody, but it goes by your location by default. So from Worthington, Ohio, 2% are moving to Cincinnati, Ohio, Beaver Creek, Ohio, 1% to Atlanta, Georgia, Elliott City, Maryland, Washington, D.C., Dallas, Texas. So these are the most common areas that people are moving from. So if you wanted to, this is where the best place for the referral patterns to start growing your network with other agents. So it's not necessarily having to send a referral or them send you a referral to start out with. It's building those relationships with other agents in that area. So when the time comes that they have a client or you have a client or family member or anybody essentially that you know that is moving to one of those areas or close to that area, you can build that relationship with other people and then have that in your back pocket when it's that time. So that's how these agents that I spoke about earlier live off of a referral network, because they don't have to find new clients, because these new clients are being sent to them based on their referral network. So on the flip side of this, you can flip this up here and see where they're moving from to Worthington, Ohio. So they're moving from Westerville, Cleveland, the Woodlands in Texas, Beaver Creek. So in retrospect, you could be campaigning and doing social ads and stuff like that in those areas, promoting yourself, because they're more likely to see it once they're ready to move and they're moving to this area. Now, obviously, this is not 100% every single time. There's people that move from all over the place to all kinds of different areas, but based on trends, this is where they're getting their information from. So if you have people from Andover, Massachusetts, so maybe I want to put out a social ad, paid ad and campaigns that says, are you looking to move in Ohio? I would be happy to help you, blah, blah, blah. So now that's a good way to help you gain new clients from out of state. So this can be used for multiple ways. So just get in there and look at it. And I have an agent who is dual licensed in Ohio and in Arizona. And he markets to people in California because he's researched studies and done stuff like that and looked at this referral map, and I've seen that people from California are moving to Arizona because the tax rates are lower, but it's still a warm, similar climate. So he has made money off of that and gained new clients because of that. Knowing your area, knowing where people are moving from, and this can help you figure all of that out. So great tool to use. And if you break it down a little bit further, it'll give you a little more information as well. And then again, just topping over to the My Network. This is just going to be similar to what is on the front page or what is on the dashboard. It's just your network and stuff like that. So if you don't have your profile set up correctly, like I showed you from the map, let me go back to this one. Get somebody. Come on. Let me see. My internet is slow today. He knows it's Friday. There we go. Okay, so let's pull up Cassie Holt. So this is the profile I'm talking about. So if you want to update this, because this is separate from your marketing profile, it does pull some information from your marketing profile, but this profile is separate. So you are going to go to click on your name up here at the top, and then you're going to go to profile. This is the profile that other agents see for referrals. So you can change this photo. You can change your photo here. And then if you click edit profile, you can edit all of this information. So your name, you can't edit your KWID or your name, that's pretty much stuck. Email address, phone number, service areas, your bio, any social media that you have. You can opt in to the referral network. You can opt into showing your units, and then also you can opt into your time with KW. So those are all optional, but honestly, I feel like if you are going on solely on this profile, you would want people to have enough information to get a general idea if they're interested in working with you. Because I would hate for you to opt out of that and then they overlook you just because that information is not available. So sometimes if agents want to work with newer agents, just so they have the ability to kind of have, I don't want to say more control because I feel like that sounds possessive, but just be able to guide them a little more. Sometimes it's easier to do with newer agents, and then in return, the newer agent is benefiting from experience. That's happened with our agents here, and I just feel like the more info, the more you know, the better off you are. And then you just hit save changes to update that information, and there you go. And then if you have any posts, because this is also in KW Connect, which is your networking platform as well. Any posts that you make, you can see them here. I don't have any, so there's nothing really to see. But if you click home, this is we've switched to Connect essentially now. You can also network through here as well. So I'm a part of both market centers. I'm in maps, so I have that option. And then I'm a part of the Ohio Valley region, as you all should be too. So you have the opportunity to have conversations and talk to other people in the same groups as you are, to physically network. If you don't start out with phone calls or stuff like that or whatever, you can just bring up all kinds of information. So there are a lot of tools and resources within Command to network and grow your business in that way. So definitely take advantage of them. They're free. It doesn't cost you anything. And in the end, you have the ability to make your business more than just buying and selling for your clients. So I know this one is super short. Do you guys have any questions on anything that I've showed you?
Yeah, I have a question. So what if when we refer someone to another agent, right? So what if it turns out that that client's already in their database?
I don't know. I've never come across that before. That would be, I think, a conversation you'd have between you and the agent.
Mm-hmm.
I would assume that the agent would not go through with the referral if they already have that client in their database. But that would just be a conversation between the two of you on what you guys decide from there.
Yeah, but because they couldn't see the client's information,
right?
Yeah, before they accept, right? So
yeah. I mean, if you gave them to them and they're gonna have a transaction out of it, obviously they weren't doing something before then to have that stability with that client, especially if they already had their information. So to me, I still feel like the referral should go through, but that again is up to you guys to determine what's necessary. So
okay, Yeah, thanks.
My pleasure. Any other questions?
Yeah, I guess just so I understand that that kind of profile you were just in, that is, it seems quite separate from the marketing profile, right? That's a
It
kind of a
is.
separate thing. Okay.
Yeah, it's through the KW Connect side of things, so more of the networking side of things. Like I said, if you click on your name in the top right corner, it'll take you right here from profile. And then as far as the networking conversations, if you want to have them through command, you can click on Connect up here, and it'll take you to all the conversations that can be had based on the groups that you're in through Keller Williams. So, all right. If we have any other questions or anything, let me know. Otherwise, I'll let you go super early. But referrals is one of the smaller ones that doesn't have a lot in it, but it has some good stuff in it. But I don't want to keep beating you guys down with the same information. So, all right. Okay. Well, if nothing else, then I will let y'all go. I hope you guys have a great weekend, and hopefully it's a little warmer in your area than it is here. So, all right. Have a good day.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
My pleasure.
Bye-bye.
Bye.